Here's one of the latest interviews from Rock and Metal Revival. If you want to hear the whole show, go to rmrshow.com. There's brand new music from Flotsam and Jetsam. It's called Life is a Mess. Dude, that was almost going to be my new theme song, I think. You know what? The one thing I am afraid of, though, Jer?
Yeah?
That sounds like a speeding ticket in my car.
Oh, yeah, definitely. I can see that. I can see that.
All right, and we're really fortunate enough to have Mike Gilbert from the band Flotsam and Jetsam on the phone with us. Welcome to the show, Mike.
Hey, thank you guys. Thanks for having me on.
Oh, it is great to have you on. You know, Flotsam and Jetsam been around for a while, and it's great to hear new music from you guys.
Yeah, we're going on, actually, this is going to date us here. We're going on 30 years, actually, this year. So, since the Doomsday release. And, you know, almost exactly to the day, we released another record, the new one. The title, you know, it's a self-titled record, Flotsam and Jetsam. So and that's what Life is a Mess is on.
All right. Well, you know, Mike, to be honest with you, I've heard you throughout the years. I know for you, you've been in the band. You took some time off. Tell us a little bit about the history of the band.
Well, we had this guy that used to play bass for us. He ended up joining another band some time ago. Metallica, Jason from Metallica, used to be in our band.
That lesser-known band, little band. Little band.
Didn't they open for you guys?
After that, we ended up getting to play bass, a guy named Michael Spencer, and we played with him for about a year. And things just didn't kind of work out. We went our separate ways, but we wrote a bunch of songs for the second record, which was No Place for Disgrace. And, you know, he was a big part of that, and we actually had songs left over from that songwriting period, which made it onto our latest release, our self-titled release, Flotsam and Jetsam. Wow. So during those years, we went kind of the cheap trick of metal with the bass players. You know, we went through a couple other bass players since with Troy Gregory. We had a different drummer, Craig Nielsen at the time, and a different guitar player took my place when I had some downtime in the band. I took some time off due to some personal stuff. And when I came back, it was like a new start for the band. You know, we wrote Ugly Noise, and then we re-released No Place for Disgrace. We re-recorded that song, or that whole record, everything on there. And due to a lot of, you know, we had a lot of problems. We wanted to remix is what we wanted to do. We had a lot of problems locating the tape, so we were just like, screw it, let's just re-record it. And everybody was saying, no, don't do it. You're gonna mess it up. You're gonna fuck this record up if you do that.
Yeah.
And after we released that, I'm sorry, I'm kind of stuttering. I just had some hot sauce a few minutes ago, so my mouth is on fire. So, yeah, after we released that, then we got a bunch of good reviews saying, oh, okay, not bad, you know. And then we heard a lot of people when we were doing shows, they wanted actually us to play that version of the song, some of the songs, you know, which is pretty cool. And Europeans really took to it really well. And then now, over the last year, we've been working on this latest release, the self-titled release, and it's getting, I haven't seen one bad review. I'm really stoked. I'm always scared of releasing a record because you just never know, you know. It's like jumping into water that you haven't put your toe in yet. You don't know if it's going to be hot or you don't know if it's going to be cold. And fortunately, people are digging it. We're really proud of it. Spend a lot of time on it to just really get it as perfect as we possibly can. So, well, yeah, I mean, that's kind of the history, 30-year history in a nutshell. There's a few other records I didn't talk about.
Well, you know, Mike, to be honest with you, I was first turned on to Flotsam and Jetsam music with the cover that you did of Saturday Night's All Right for Fighting. And,
okay.
You know, that was my first taste of Flotsam and Jetsam, and I went back and listened through the whole catalog, and I just don't understand when I listen to a band like this why you're not in everybody's record collection.
And yeah, hearing it on the radio,
hitting on the radio, and why didn't see you more on Headbangers Ball and that kind of stuff? I mean, did you just figure you came out at a time when the music you were playing wasn't what MTV wanted or radio wanted?
I think it's just a whole mixture of a bunch of different stuff that happened. We're away from it now, but it seemed like after Newsted left, we were like, oh, that's Newsted's old band. Yeah, that's Newsted's old band. Newsted's old band. So we were always that. It's like, hey, he was a big part of writing, but that one guy wasn't what this band is about. This band's about the 5 people who are in it, and it's a collaborative effort. Jason had a 1/5 effort in the band too, but when he left, it wasn't like it hurt us, but it didn't hurt us to the point where we didn't have an identity anymore. We still had our identity, but with that happening in the public eye, and then the whole business is weird. You just never know what's going to hit or miss. I absolutely despise that song, that Saturday Night's All Right for Fighting, but people love it. So it's like, okay, that just tells you my cage is all off. I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't have a crystal ball saying, well, this song's going to be a hit or this song is just going to flop. You just never know.
Yeah. Like I said, it was the first song that I heard, not my favorite song that I ever heard from Flotsam and Jetsam, but I mean, you guys went out in Europe 4 times in 2014. You did 40 shows. When was the last time you made it around the States? I mean, playing we're in the upper Midwest, up here in the land of cheese and beer farts, up here in Wisconsin. When was the last time you played up here?
It's probably been since 2013. We toured with Testament and Overkill.
Okay.
Right after 70,000 Tons of Metal. So we did the cruise, and then we kind of did a loop around the States, and I think we did about 28 or 30 days, something like that. But that was the last time. And even before that, dates in the United States were very scarce for us to do. The United States is a little more difficult to do shows in for a band that's at our level than it is, like the bigger bands like Slipknot and Anthrax and all those guys. Yeah. And they get on these huge festival tours, and and then money's tight for people, so these festivals come through town, and then there's the other bands that are hitting the clubs. I don't think people can really just afford to go to all the shows that they want to.
Not like they used to. Yeah, exactly.
That's true.
I know we have a lot of bands on the show that they come here and they play in a club in front of 300 people, and they go to Europe and they play in front of 20,000. Mm-hmm. And it just it's kind of a sad day for rock, metal music here in the States. I think it's just I blame testicular corporate radio, the evil empire.
Well, it's coming back. It kind of disappeared for a while, but it never really did. It was just under the radar. But now it's coming back bigger than it's ever been, and I don't think it's going to stop growing. I think people, with all the avenues that we have to find out who's out there and who's playing and what's being released, and not to mention everything's free now, right? All the records are free.
No, that's another thing that kind of pisses me off.
Yeah. I'm being sarcastic about it, but it really it's not going to ever go back to the way it was, but. We've got better promotional tools, and my response to something like that would be, if you're gonna take the music, go to a show and buy a piece of merch or something, do something to support it.
For sure.
I know I do that. I don't steal any of my music just because it's my brother's. It doesn't matter if I don't do it. But I can't tell people not to do that. It's almost like. What people think that they deserve it for free. I've read a couple of things in some comments like we should have this for free, and it's like an artist painting a picture. Do you get that for free? Unless he gives it to you.
Are you going to come over and rake my lawn for free?
Yeah.
I guess that's the way I look at it. I mean, no,
come fix my car for free.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So Now, being a guitarist, I'm really digging this album. And what I wanted to know is, do you think there's enough talk box used in metal today?
Oh, no, there's not.
See, I think that's what I'm thinking. There should be like talk box in a lot of stuff anymore. Just
like the old Joe Walsh stuff.
Kind of like what it did to Peter Frampton's career.
Yeah.
Except
cuts.
You know what? I've always wanted to have one of those things, but that's not like it's something that you can buy used. You know, you got to buy a new one because someone else is slobbering on it.
Yeah, I can hear it now. Flotsam comes alive.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah.
You can do a little Frampton thing. Hey, I was looking online the other day, Michael, and I saw this great box set that you guys put together for this release. Whose idea was that? I mean, you know, we're just talking about people wanting stuff for free, but that thing is cool.
It is. It's very cool. It was actually AFM, the record label, that did that. You know, a lot of bands, you know, when they're trying to figure out what they want to do for their record, they'll present it. Hey, we'd like to do a box set, you know, and what it boils down to is it's real expensive to do that anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But everything was kind of turned around. We didn't ask for it. AFM came back and said, this is what we want to do. And so we were all over it. You know, it's like, wow, that just doesn't happen anymore. You know, to have a label behind you and just, you know, there's very few labels that do that anymore. I mean, they're still out there, but AFM has done a fantastic job with this one.
Are they still available?
There might be.
Okay.
I don't know. I know there was some about a week ago. There was.
Okay. Well,
I know they're going pretty fast.
Yep.
Too.
Check those out, everybody. I got to ask you a question that, you know, Jerry and I, we were always into the digital sound, digital this, but right now I see us buying a lot of vinyl.
Yeah.
How do you feel about the return of vinyl?
Oh, I think it's great. I personally always thought vinyl sounded a lot better than a CD.
Yeah. For sure. I got a bunch of vinyl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was great when CDs came out and everything, and it was real convenient and easy. You know, you can move music around. Save it, copy, paste, and all that sort of stuff. But when you listen to a record, to me, it really is night and day difference. It sounds better to me. It sounds warmer. I know that's kind of a cliche to say that, you know, but it really does sound like that to me.
Yeah, and the thing I like is for me, it's the artwork and the lyrics and the liner notes. And,
exactly.
You know what I mean?
You know, when they're in a cassette in a CD, or
I'm too old to read that shit now.
The digital version, it's just...
Yeah. So,
That's what we used to do when we were kids.
Yeah.
We'd open up the record in the sleeve, and we'd read the words along with the music playing, and we would know who's in the band, know all the stuff about it.
Yeah. People were actually fans of bands. They weren't just fans of songs.
Yeah, exactly. But on this album, you think there's any songs that could have benefited from adding some cowbell?
Yeah.
See?
Could never go wrong with the cowbell. Hey, Michael,
you guys got one in house.
We do. We have one in house. Yeah, we don't go anywhere without
Every house in Wisconsin has one. You're not allowed to not have one.
Hey, Michael, where's the best place people can keep up to date on Flotsam and Jetsam?
FlotsamandJetsam.com. If you do a search, Google search for Flotsam and Jetsam, it'll be the first thing up there. It'll take you straight to our website. It'll tell you everything that we've got going on. There's merch available on there. There's all the dates that have been confirmed, and some photos, I believe.
Okay.
And it's being updated on a daily basis, so I know they're working on it right now.
Outstanding.
Sweet.
Well, we're going to let you pick another cut off this new album. We picked our favorite, which was Life is a Mess, because that kind of sums us up in a, short title. But what would be your favorite tune on there?
I like Virgin Tragedy. That's one that kind of Steve started. Right, he wrote the original. Steve Connolly wrote the original guitar riff for that. But what really impresses me is I tracked AK's vocals on it, and that guy just did a phenomenal job on his vocals. He brings the tension up in the song, and by the time you're done listening to it, his last couple notes, his last line, you're just like, it just leaves you hanging. I just think he did an awesome job. It gives me the chills every time I hear it.
Very cool. Well, hey, if you're listening out there and you like a real metal band, pick up the new Flotsam and Jetsam. Michael Gilbert, it was an honor to have you on the show, and you're welcome back here anytime on Rock and Metal Revival.
Oh, thanks a lot, man. I really appreciate that. Thank you.
To catch the whole show of Rock and Metal Revival, all you have to do is check it out on these affiliates. Mega Rock Radio's on Saturdays from 11 a.m. Eastern Time, and on Uncontrolled Noise Tuesdays at 1 a.m., Thursdays at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, and on Saturday nights at 7 p.m. Eastern on UncontrolledNoise.com. And make sure that you leave them a message and tell them that you found Rock and Metal Revival on their stations.